For a wheeze? What's a wheeze? Yo, what is up everybody? This is Bruchminati. What? And we're returning with some Glory of Soldiers mod. Got the 1944 Conquest with Germany going strong. Episode 4. There will be an episode 5. Then it'll get wrapped up. Now, I've got to admit something to you bros. I gotta be honest with you. For some reason, in my head, I thought I had completed this. I thought I was done with it. It wasn't till today when I was doing the review of the Axis and Allies mod that I started thinking, you know, what was the last series I did? I couldn't remember the last series I did, so I went looking and I seen it and I was just like, hold on, it ended at episode 3? That can't be right. And I looked and then I remembered, yeah, I never finished it. And I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, nobody else will notice. I'll just slip it in Tuesday. I'll just slip it in. Boom! That's what he said. And, nobody will notice. But then, somebody noticed. In the comments, for the review. So yeah, Bruchminati, you gonna finish that series 1944 Germany or nah, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna finish it. I got busted, so I decided I would admit I made a mistake. I had not yet completed it, but we're back on track. We're all caught up, and we're headed into the U.S. You know what? About that Axis and Allies, I've played some of the campaigns because, bros, I realize now there's absolutely no way to survive Luxembourg unless you're going to have probably a handful of generals with really good health. There's no possible way. So I'm gonna have to play the campaign to be able to get decent enough generals. But I did notice that the tutorials give you a lot of medals. I noticed that, and I don't know if this was everything of like all the cities or not, but all the ones I played with in the campaign and the ones I checked at random in Conquest, like the level 2 airfields, you couldn't parachute out of. You could parachute unless it was a level 3 airfield. I also noticed, and this makes me very happy because the price of the field artillery was reduced by 50. It is now only 150. Actually, the price of the rocket artillery is also down. And what's weird is like some cities, you can't build like the shitty battalion artillery. You can only do the field artillery. So as I'm going along, there's some other things I'm noticing, and there are some new generals. They're not like overly buff or anything. They're just like the developer of the mod was just like, hey, I want to add in some new generals. I'm not going to make them badass. I'm not going to buff the shit out of any of them. I'm just going to put them in and let them do their thing. Possibly getting that big naval circle jerk we had going on there. But that's where that stands. I'm trying to grind through some campaigns, and the health on the units is like insane. Like it's crazy amount of health. Like the units do more damage, but it's like the units have 4 times as much health as they normally do. And not only that, but I keep going on. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of shit. Like Manstein and Zhukov and Eisenhower. They're still badass in like their stars and stuff, but their health is only 70. So I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And I can't read Chinese, so I can't tell what rank they're given. Like, can you buy them and level them up? I suppose is like what you're supposed to do. Because, like, you get 3,000 medals from doing the tutorials. And Manstein's like 4,300 or something like that. And I was like, you know what? I'll save up for Manstein. And then somebody in the comments was just like, their health is shit. And I looked, and sure enough, the bro in the comments was absolutely 100% correct. Their health is shit. It's like the same amount of health as like the generals that you're given, like the cheesy ass ones. I don't know. There's some strange things going on in that mod, but for me, it's all about the conquests anyways, and the conquests look badass. I started reading a little bit more on the forum. I didn't know there was 3 pages to that. I thought there was only 1, and I started reading the second and third one, and some people said there are some buggy conquests. Having not completed one yet, or even, you know, all I did was enter one and kind of like checked out the cities and stuff and see what kind of damage certain troops were doing. I didn't do anything else other than that, so I don't know about the bug issue yet. Yeah, we got the. I think that's gonna be enough. And as you can tell, after those first few videos where I forgot that island in northern Canada, I don't forget that shit anymore. And I'm still suffering from not having the tech level for the Air Force units. At least, I'm surprised I can hit that. I mean, what is that? 5 tiles away? 6 tiles away? Holy shit. I got some range now. Yeah, this right here is going to be the pain in the ass. Because usually I can land 3 parachute troops on that island. And, yeah, now I can only land 1 because of the distance. So whatever. And for some reason there's just a destroyer out there chilling. You don't know what the shit he's doing. He ain't got an order for like a week, so he's just set for like a week. For a wheeze? What's a wheeze? A poop with such explosive stench and fragrance that it leaves everyone in its path with asthma, hence the wheeze. Freaking nailed it! And there, the poop deck's overflowing. Damn it, do I have to again? And there, the poop deck's overflowing. Everybody's pissed. You know what? I'd read this one time. Speaking about armies and poop, you know, one of my favorite subjects. I can't remember. It must have been on the History Channel. I don't know, but they were talking about how the German Deutsches African Corps was like had some major problems in Africa due to like dysentery and you know, shit like that. And it turns out like they really didn't have a good set of rules for waste disposal. Like the British soldiers had like a whole manual about taking a shit, how deep you dig the hole and you cover it up, and how far away from camp you go shit and stuff like that. Where the Germans probably just walked out behind their tent and took a deuce. And the flies land on the shit, then the flies land on your food, and then you got dysentery. So yeah, I guess the shits was pretty rough on the German soldiers in North Africa. So I have heard. You can't believe everything you see on TV. Oh. That part of the song that gets me pumped, like, is it coming up? I feel like it is. Yeah, it is. It just gets me so pumped. It reminds me of like there was like Call of Duty. Back in the old days, like before, when it was probably just starting to go online. But not like the online play you think of Call of Duty today. And there was, I don't think it was World at War. I think it was the one before that. Because wasn't World at War where you faced the Japanese? This one I'm thinking about, you were the Russians and you went in to Berlin itself. Took out the Reichstag. But man, when you were heading into the Reichstag, like outside down the blocks right outside the building, man, they played some glorious communist music. There for a while, I was still... Before my PS3 broke, that is. I would load up like some of the old Call of Duties. I had most of them. I would play them. Had a blast. Still to this day, if I had a PS3 right now and I had this Call of Duty games, I'd play them. But my PS3 broke, which sucks. I had like the original one. Like the first model, the big fatty. And so then I got rid of all the games. It's probably a stupid idea. I should have just waited and got another PS3. I don't know why the PS4 wasn't backwards compatible with the PS3 games. That pissed me off, like, cause I'm a PlayStation guy, and PlayStation guys and the Xbox guys just don't get along, and that was my key argument. It was like, well, suck it. I can load up, PS2 games on my PS3 and play them, and I'll probably be able to load up PS3 games on my PS4 and play them. Suck it. And then they ruined that. And then they also ruined it by, there was the Xbox Live, and you had to pay for it, and you'd talk shit on the Xbox people. You have to pay for it. And then they come out with PlayStation Network. You gotta pay for that. I just pay for it once a year. It's so much cheaper to pay for it just once a year. And then I pay for it once a year and play on PS very rarely. Like, extremely rarely. Like, the last game I played on PlayStation was, wow, what was it? Resident Evil! I did the series on it! Yeah, that's right. I did the Resident Evil series. That was a fun-ass game. But I never did buy the expansions to it. It was a fun-ass game, but like, I was done. I had beat it twice by the time I was done with it. I had to go back through it and pick the other sister at the end. I don't know if you guys know anything about the game, but there's two sisters, and choose between them at the end. I had to go all the way back through it and choose the other sister. Alright, we've got a good landing zone in the east. We're coming up hard in the west already. Coming up hard, that is what she said. Alright, it's on. That's game over. I don't know why you got your best general so far back by the Great Lakes. Probably trying to set the shit on fire that's floating on it. But he's getting carpet bombed. Oh yeah, you didn't know I had so much money, did you? Probably wouldn't have let me land it so easily. I got cash flow. I'm gonna get me some hot burlesque dancers in New York, and I'm gonna use the rest to bomb the shit out of you. Alright, I was just thinking, can I even reach that? Because if I can't, that is going to suck. Actually, what's going to suck is I'm not even going to be able to get the parachute troops even close to Brisbane because of my tech level. Well, yeah, actually, it's closer than I thought, but still. It was never a good spot right there, the airfield. Anyways, bros, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap this video up. And I will see you back here soon for the final episode in this series. I promise you I won't forget about it now. If you're enjoying this content, go ahead and slap the shit out of like and subscribe. And I will see you back here for our next upload. Peace. Bruchminati out.